Good afternoon, students. I am your computer teacher, Ashutosh Kumar Misra, and today we are going to discuss about the secondary memory. But before discussing the secondary memory, let us have a recap of some of the earlier topics that were taught. In the beginning part of the video, I explained the definition of computer. The word computer has been derived from the Latin word compute, which means to calculate. In the later videos, I explained about the different characteristics of the computer, like its accuracy, speed, reliability, diligence, vast storage capacity, and so on. Some of the drawbacks of the computer, like inability to think, inability to learn, inability to take decisions, and so on. Then we discussed about the different areas where computer were used, like education, business, defense, entertainment, healthcare, office purpose, animation and films, publishing and printing media, manufacturing, engineering, scientific research, and so on. These were the different fields in which computers were used. Then we discussed about the core function of the computer. That is the function of the computers. We also discussed about the IPO, input, process, and output cycle. We also discussed about the basic difference between the input and the input unit, the output and the output unit, the processing unit. Next, in the last video, we discussed about the memory unit. The memory unit is of three types: primary memory or main memory, number 2, secondary memory, number 3, cache memory. Primary memory is divided in two types, RAM and ROM. RAM, also known as temporary memory, it is divided in two parts, static RAM and dynamic RAM. I explained the difference between the static RAM and the dynamic RAM in my previous videos. We discussed about read-only memory also. It is also known as permanent memory, which holds the data and instruction in it. It is divided in three types. Number 1, PROM. Number 2, EPROM. Number 3, EEPROM. And the basic difference between them were also discussed in the previous videos. Today we are going to discuss about the secondary memory. The secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory, or we can say external memory. So it is one of the basic characteristic of secondary memory that it is permanent memory and also non-volatile, and also it is a non-volatile. In the previous videos, I explained the difference between the volatile memory and the non-volatile. Here I am going to just give a short recap of it. Volatile memory generally depends on the power supply. It retains the data and instruction till the power is supplied to it. The example of volatile memory is, can you give an example of volatile memory? In the previous videos, I discussed about it. The example of volatile memory is RAM, random access memory. It holds the data and instruction in it for short period of time till the power reaches in it. So here in the secondary memory, it is a permanent memory and also the non-volatile memory. It holds both the instructions and the data permanently. even when the power is turned off, the data or the instruction is stored in it. Now, it is slower than the primary memory. So the CPU cannot access the data from the secondary memory directly. Remember, if the CPU wants to access the data from the secondary memory, then the data has first to be transferred to the RAM. The data has to be transferred to the RAM, and then the data is accessed by the CPU. So it becomes slower from transferring the data first to the RAM and then to the CPU for processing. The CPU memory is of two types. It is of two types. Number one, magnetic, and number two, optical. The secondary memory is of two types. Number one, magnetic, and number two, optical. The magnetic memory generally includes the hard disk, and the optical memory generally includes the CD, DVD, pen drive, and so on. So the secondary memory or the auxiliary memory or the external memory is a permanent and non-volatile memory. It continues to store the data or instruction in it even if the power is turned off. It is slower than the main memory. The secondary memory is of two types. Number one, magnetic memory, and number two, optical. The hard disk comes under the magnetic, and the CD, DVD, pen drive comes under the optical. We will be discussing about the secondary storage device in the later chapters. So this was a short description about the secondary memory. The next memory is cache memory. The speed of cache memory is very high, and due to which the processing speed of CPU is also greatly increased. The cache memory acts as a buffer area between the CPU and the main memory. Now, what is the use of cache memory? Remember, the cache memory is very fast, speed is high, and it is also expensive memory. Now, what is the use of cache memory? The cache memory generally holds those instructions that are frequently used by CPU. So these instructions that or the data that are frequently used by the CPU were generally stored in the cache memory from the hard disk, and it is directly supplied from the cache to the CPU for processing. So the speed is very high in it, and the processing speed of CPU is also greatly increased. So this was the cache memory, but it stores less amount of data. One of the drawback of cache is that its speed is very high, it is expensive, it stores less amount of data. It stores only those instructions or data which are frequently required by the CPU. So those data are transferred from the disk to the cache, and the cache generally supplies it to the CPU for processing. So this is cache memory. So here we discussed about the secondary memory and about the cache memory. Now the different units for measuring computer memory. The different units for measuring computer memory. So generally the storage capacity of computer is expressed in bits and bytes. The storage unit of computer is expressed in bits and bytes. Remember. So now what is a bit? A bit is a single binary digit. Bit is a single binary digit 0 or 1. And what is byte? So 8 bit makes 1 byte. Remember, 8 bit makes 1 byte. So bit is the smallest unit. for storing the data, 0 or 1, and a combination of 8 bit makes 1 byte. Now suppose if I am storing my name Ashutosh in the memory, A S H U T O S H, Ashutosh. Now this is 1 bit, this is again a 1 bit, 1 bit, all these will be considered as 1 bit, and a combination of these bits 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 is known as 1 byte. So we can say 1 byte of data is over here, and individually these are 1 single bits, and a combination of these bits when become 8 bit, it is 1 byte. We also have a smaller unit than byte, it is nibble. Nibble is the smaller unit than byte. A combination of 4 bits make 1 nibble. The combination of 4 bits make 1 nibble, and the combination of 8 bits make 1 byte. There are several different units for measuring the memory capacity, like kilobyte, KB. So 1 KB is equal to 1024 bytes. Next, MB, 1 megabyte. So 1 megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobyte. So next, gigabyte, 1 GB. 1 GB is equal to 1024 megabyte. Next, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte, brontobyte, and geobyte. So remember, the geobyte is the largest unit. The geobyte is the largest unit for measuring the capacity. So 1 geobyte is equal to 1024 brontobytes. So geobyte is the largest unit for measuring the capacity of memory, and 1 geobyte is equal to 1024 brontobytes. So let me once again revise the different units of computer memory. We generally have bit and byte used for measuring the computer memory. 8 bit equal to 1 byte, 4 bits is equal to 1 nibble. Next we have kilobyte. 1 kilobyte is equal to 1024 byte. Megabyte, 1024 megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobyte. Gigabyte, 1 gigabyte is equal to 1024 megabyte. Next, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte, brontobyte, and the last unit is geobyte. Geobyte is the largest unit for measuring the computer memory. So here was the different units for measuring the computer's memory. So we will be discussing the communication technology topic in the next videos. Till now I have explained about the memory, the different types of memory, primary memory, secondary memory, cache memory, their characteristics, and the different units that are used for measuring the computer memory. Thank you.